Oh, hello, my Capricorns. Let's get into it. This is the month of August for anyone who resonates with the Capricorn energy. And I'm Jay, I'm the founder of All to Love. Feel free to comment and like and let me know you're here, and let's get to know each other. I'm also Capricorn rising and descendant, so rising and what's the other thing? South Node. So there's just some heavy-handed Capricorn energy here, so I understand. Let's get in. Divine guidance and living clarity. Again, if you want to book a private reading, feel free. Everything's in the description. Divine guidance and loving clarity is my intention. Divine guidance and loving clarity. I'm an intuitive reader, so it's really important that you resonate, okay? Oh, there's that devil again. Bo, Capricorn. Well, I would dare say the Nine of Wands reverse next to the Magician reverse is sort of signaling like you might be... I sort of get this feeling of being lost or being just burnt out for some of you. It's like you're not quite feeling yourself with that Five of Cups, or something is triggering this. Five of Cups is like a mourning card or grieving card to me, and some of you might be hiding it weirdly with that double energy. Like you might be pretending to be really strong, and then behind the scenes you're like in this Five of Cups energy. For some of you, okay, this is the month of August, yeah. For some of you, you're going to have a big change in your financial story here. It's like all the hard work is finally going to like, and it's almost like with the Magician reverse, I'm getting a sense of like, this is out of your control, Capricorn. It's not about how hard you're working. It's literally just standing on your own 2 feet and being open to receive it. And because Nine of Pentacles, that self-made energy, right? And you're having savings, you've got stuff to start. I'm looking, there's another Nine of Pentacles there. So it's like you're definitely, and because of the cards that it's clarifying, I'm like, I feel like this is it's almost like you're like exhausted and burnt out. Magician reverse is like you're almost at that point of giving up, being like, I don't have the magic. And then this Nine of Pentacles descends, and you're like, whoa. In that regard, I would say, be prepared. You might have to rope in some help. You might suddenly, need to like fix some technical stuff because there's such a shift in sales or something like that. Whoa. Wowzers, this is a little clusterfuck of energy, Capricorn. Capricorn. So, and then there's a Five of Pentacles as well. So, like, I think there's a huge shift possibly around, I think maybe your persistence or something, this like, because Nine of Wands is often that wounded warrior energy, right? So if you're at the end and you have nothing more to give and the magic spells aren't working, and then it's like there's something shifting around just the surrender, and then that changes the game, and suddenly there's a shift in, maybe you get a really good position, or I don't know, somebody helps you out, whatever it might be. Okay, there's something about you overcoming some like self-esteem issues as well. Maybe you've cracked the code and are really feeling, it's like overcoming those childhood wounds of abandonment and rejection. Okay, so there's a huge and beautiful shift for you. And then again, with that, remember that devil energy and mourning. For a lot of you, this is somehow familial. Because there's something about people congregating, all these people, but it's sort of serious and somber. There's something about people, loads of people coming together to mourn, maybe a loss. For some of you, and again, I don't always go there, but there's another devil. For some of you, there's a completely... Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't always get these kind of insights, but for some of you guys, this is like a team of guides. These people are all on the other side. Because we have devil again. I don't know. For some of you, you might be dealing with a pretty bad addiction. Makes me want to cry a bit. Or it's a family member who's in the deeps, you know? And so people are traveling from wherever to like support maybe you who's supporting this person that's addicted, or something about poison. And as well, there's this, in the other devil, there's this spider. It's like she is the spider, but there's like a venomous energy as well with those mushroom caps or whatever. This could also be about temptation, okay? There's definitely like some emotional pain or grief within this double situation. Yep, Three of Swords. So there's definitely some major players, like some major people coming in to support you with this situation. But this, I don't know. And I did catch something on the Astro about this too. But it's like, yeah, I'm just hearing like poison. There's something to do with poison. I wouldn't worry, as in there's so much support here. And one of the devils is reversed. So I'm thinking if you pull in or step back, there's all these King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Empress. These are upstanding people coming in to support you, to support this energy. If it's someone in your world who's been poisoned, or if you feel like you've been poisoned, or honestly, it could be as simple as having food poisoning. And then because you have food poisoning, your mom has to call your boss, who has to tell so-and-so that you're not going to make it into work. It's something as simple as that, right? But then with the devil reverse, it could just be that the poisoning is because you drink too much. And now because you know, maybe you're missing an important presentation at work, and because of that, you're reconsidering how much you drink or something, you know, something like that. You're having a situation involving the devil. Yeah, and you're really pulling in your strength here, Caps. Faith and worthiness are really key themes for you. Like, have faith in yourself and know that you are enough. Know that you're worthy, Capricorn. This devil energy is probably something very specific for just a few of you. More than likely dealing with a codependent or addictive situation. Somebody in your world's addicted, you're addicted. And again, I am somebody who really encourages us and have no judgment, because we don't there's a lot of things about our emotionality and our psychology as a human species that we just don't understand, and addiction, I think, is one of them. And I'm somebody in the compassionate heart space where it's like addiction is a social responsibility. You know, if anything, I would dare say that addicts and people on the fringes who struggle with addiction actually have a lot of wisdom to share, and the addiction is a mask to try to suppress that expression. So, you know, having utmost compassion for people, especially the ones who are suffering, you know. So anywho, I'm rambling, but I think from a place of compassionate understanding, because most of us, I think, deal with addiction. And I would dare say people that think they have no addiction, beware. You know, beware of people who think that they are perfect and that their behavioral patterns are the, you know, right ones. Like, I think there's some dangerous delusions on that spectrum as well of, you know, as in, like, I drink green juice and don't have any vices, and so therefore I'm living the perfect life that everybody wants, right? It's like, that's, I think, another trapping of the world of well-being and spirituality, because it's just superficial, really. And I remember working with somebody for a couple of years, and she kind of dove in and thought it was almost like she thought she had to take on, you know, because I like smoothies and I do like really healthy food. And she was almost feeling like, oh God, all this healthy food, it's almost coming in. And then she realized, she's like, wait a minute, I'm just not saying that I have to eat like her and do the things that she does. And right, it's like, yeah, exactly, be yourself. Like, for some people, beans on toast is just the legit awesome breakfast. And anyway, I am super dupes rambling, but part of it is that we find our own way. And there's a sutra saying, understand through compassion or you misunderstand the times. And I really see that. I agree with that. Even, you know, people that are upstanding in their society, or people that, you know, have a certain amount of power, it's all for naught. It all kind of like falls away when people aren't inwardly responsible, right? Like, yeah, people can have all the things, but if they're still blaming their parents or blaming, they're not radiating joyful well-being, right? They're stuck in many ways. And even with all of the privilege and all of the money and all of that stuff, they're bound by conditions, right? So it's a sort of a double edge for all of us as far as the challenges we have to face and the, you know, the inspirations that guide us and how to make those things a reality. It just takes time and energy and guidance, right? And this is part of this devil energy. Okay, someone in the family might get poisoned, or you might get a bit of a food poisoning, but there you've got Empress, Queen of Swords, King of Pentacle, Nine of Pentacle. You've got all the resources coming in to help, and there's like some good people that if they're not like right there in your reality, these people want to come into your reality. You know, you're powerful, and then these people coming into your reality again. This is potentially a kind of a triggery, sad situation, but there's, again, I'm just hearing something about poisoning. This could be collective as well. Bear that in mind for you, Capricorn. Because we've had Pluto transiting in Capricorn, the Capricornian energy is sort of like a shining light, and that has a lot to do with abuses of power, right? And or because I have that Capricorn rising, to me it's been a complete renewal. It's like I used to see power as one thing, and now I see power as a different thing. And like, I speak to love and compassion personally. I think stillness, presence, love, compassion are the winners. Like, they're the most powerful energies that we can align ourselves with to heal our body and then be a positive example. And I recently had contact from someone as well, and they were, and this is something when you're genuinely generous and caring, etc., and somebody's just blocked you or confused you or just dropped you or something, and then they come back around. One thing that I'm noticing with communication is like people just asking for their needs to be met, but they don't ask you how you are. You know, they're not. So that tells me it's just about them. And obviously, if we're all being nice to each other, it all feels really nice and hunky-dory. But, you know, we all have shades. We all have different shadows. And I would dare say at some point in our lives, we just got to look after ourselves, you know? And there is a reality to just like doing good work, right? Like doing good work, right? I don't know how else to say that, as far as like, and that doesn't, I don't put a quantity on that. I just mean, like, show up for the people in your life and be kind, be clear, show up for the creatures in your life and be kind and be clear. And that continual sort of revolving energy around forgive, let go, move on, forgive, let go, move on, right? And again, this is talking from a world of privilege, where from a material point of view, you know, we have everything. We're some of the luckiest people in the world, right? And yet, it astounds me. People can still make false claims or, yeah, and I'm really seeing more clearly the way people manipulate. As in, they don't care about you. They're just wanting what you have to offer. I think one thing when you're really kind and generous and compassionate and empathic is just to know your limit, right? If once somebody is behaved a certain way or once, and know your limit, and as far as like you don't owe anything to anyone, and there's no it's just so true from a very, very deep, I think, and soulful and like divine level, that we are individuated expressions and we're all here living our lives, and we are all responsible for what we're doing and what we're choosing and how we're living. And people that might try to entrap you into thinking that you're somehow solely responsible for their well-being, you know, beware, basically. Anyway, that was a proper Ramblesaurus. Oh my god. By the way, check out Jamie French. She is hilarious. I'm loving that content these days. Just a little bit of fun and entertainment on the tubles. Does anyone have like a spare Netflix thing? Don't ask, don't get. Then they put the price up and I kind of can't be bothered to renew it. So with all that being said, my gorgeous Capricorns, this is like a time of mastery for you, which is why I think all this devil energy, because again, you're the devil, right? So part of all this devil energy coming through is also this healing that you're going through, this heart activation that you're going through is renewing you, right? It's going to bring you into a greater embodied wisdom through the Master card. Basically, it's like with the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, I swear some of you guys have just healed your core wounds. So you're, you know, maybe a bit like delicate, but as you move forward, you'll be able to express your gifts. So if some of you are uncertain, you can lean into prayer as well. Yeah, this is the shadow. So you're just dealing with a lot of that core wound energy in the shadow. But then you're gonna, I would dare say it could be it could be the financial story that changes for you first, okay? So this Nine of Pentacles is going to show up. That might give you the strength and power to maybe reach out to people and deal with certain layers of this addictive energy or just this troubled. Again, every time I say addiction, I don't necessarily think it's even addiction, but it's something about poisoning. You get food poisoning, or somebody you know gets food poisoning, or something in the air, something you've taken in, right? There's just something about, and there's a whole bunch of people that want to help around this. I mean, some of you could have to go to court for something around this poisoning. I don't know. I'm curious. Let me know, Caps. I did a lot of rambling, so if you've made it this far, thank you guys so much for being my internet friends. I appreciate you all very, very much. And obviously, do let me know if this is resonating with you. I'd be curious who gets it. Holla Shazam, you guys. Have a great day. Peace out.